Dirty South, Southeast, Midwest, my piece, up top, down deep, East Coast, Northeast, copper skin, gold teeth, good green, good eat, cornrows, roll neat, big mama, big chief, still here, ain't gone, told lies, lied on, done dirty, done wrong, Jim Crow shit, niggas ain't fold, our land, our home, leave where, ain't going, big bricks, up north, down south, red soil, real tears, real fears, cards stacked, cards hid, games played, snakes near, Coattail Pro, leaders got killed, shotguns, big house, red clay, big mounds, cornbread, being fed, red bones, dark browns. This is for the traps I know, copper tone strong, all my folks, prisoners of war, identity, change name, gon' land stone. This is for the home of the brave, this is for the land of the free, this is for them real Indians, past to the present looking like me. This is for the tribes I know, copper tone strong, all my folks, prisoners of war, identity, change name, gon' land stone. This is for the home of the brave, this is for the land of the free, this is for them real landlords, past to the present looking like me. Landlords, big and small, Seminoles, Chickasaws, Choctaws, Cherokees, all tribes in between. His story been wrong, our story getting told. No ships, no boats, been here, been home. TPs didn't own, out west didn't roam. Fried bread, hell no, soul food, that's gold. Raw truths unfold, our story re-rolled, our land, our home, leave where, ain't going. This is for the tribes I know, copper tone strong, all my folks, prisoners of war, identity, change name, gon' land stone. This is for the home of the brave, this is for the land of the free, this is for them real Indians, past to the present looking like me. This is for the tribes I know, copper tone strong, all my folks, prisoners of war, identity, change name, gon' land stone. This is for the home of the brave, this is for the land of the free, this is for them real landlords, past to the present looking like me.
Hey, what up, family? Hey, Saturday morning, wake and bake. Welcome back. I hope that y'all had a good week. It's been very busy for me, and it's a lot going on. So y'all please stay safe out there. I hope to get into quite a few things. I mean, it really doesn't matter, right? Because everything is going on. I mean, everything is going on. Thus, the thumbnail. I don't know if you had a chance to see it. It's like you can press any button to continue at any time. What you want to talk about? You want to talk about the helicopter crash? You want to talk about New Jersey drones? Because guess what? That's not quite over with. And it seems weird what we are not being told about that. So, and what else do we have that we can chat here about on this beautiful Saturday morning? Yeah, more of the UAP stuff. You know, a lot of folk in the community, y'all don't may not know that this is going on, but y'all, we are really living in the time where it has been acknowledged by high government officials, people in the know, in the military that should be in the know with clearance and everything, that are saying there is a non-human intelligence flying around in the skies, piloting trans-medium craft, meaning they'll go from the air and then dive into the ocean, you know, different mediums in that regard. And we are actually living in that time. I need this great. Thanks to Iridescent for sending me this video because I need to show y'all this. I think it was, I don't know, maybe I'll open up with that. So, and then, do I have it on here? I meant to have it on here. I heard TDJ said that Adam was Eve's mom. Adam, Eve's mom, plus her husband. Then they getting together and having all kind of weirdness in religion, y'all. So let me see if I can't get like some background music. I don't operate it that well. Y'all get bear with me. Let me play with this. Nope, that's not that good background music. I don't have D here with me this morning, so I apologize, y'all. I'm not that great with the background stuff. Here's what I do know. This is my original music. Now, how do I lower that down? That's a good vibe. It's kind of loud, isn't it? How do I lower that? Let's go audio. Yeah, I think that's a bit loud, but I like that. I hope I like that too. I gotta figure out how to. Isn't that part of the problem? Like we have all of these gadgets and stuff at our disposal, and then we don't really know how to use them to the fullest capabilities. I gotta find a way to turn that down for y'all, but if I could get that to chill out there, that'd be perfect. No. I really like that though. Alright, I'm gonna figure out how. Nobody's watching, so let me mess with this a little bit. Okay. Damn. By the way, if you see this, I know who put this together. My uncle put this together. Nice movie, and I gotta figure out. And then it doesn't repeat it. Oh, there it is. Boom. It's at the top. All right, that was crazy on my part. Favorite track. All right, I'm gonna guess that that's low enough. I guess that's a good line. What is that? 10. All right, to continue. So it is Saturday morning. I don't know about y'all, but I really miss this time and want to center this show around this time of the day. I mean, when we was kids, Saturday morning was a dream. You couldn't wait to get out of school or whatever it was, Friday. Yeah, you can have fun or whatever, but it was nothing like waking up that next morning. And if everything was straight, if you didn't have your chores or whatever you had to do, you could get up, get you a bowl of cereal, man, sit in front of that tube, watch the X-Men come on, check out the tunes or whatever it was you was watching. I remember you go way back far enough, they had Bo Jackson, Wayne Gretzky, and Michael Jordan, the cartoon. What did they call that cartoon? I don't know. I can't even remember the name of the thing, but if y'all see this, maybe y'all put it in the comments. So, you know what I think I should do? I'm also gonna put the link in the chat because I do know that this show is better when I have guests. I do know that it's better when I'm talking with someone. I'll type this up. If you want to join the link, one, two, three, ellipses, shift, and then we'll put the link in the comments, y'all. So, paste, boom. Maybe that'll work. If y'all would like to join me, there's a link. I was talking with a friend also earlier this week. We was talking about the Jesus stuff, the resurrection. Shout out to Jarvis. And I came across a lot of weird stuff. Y'all ever heard of remote viewing? Remote viewing? That's down the rabbit hole. All right. Stay on topic, Taylor. Let me take that. Let's talk about this helicopter crash. Let's go to some YouTube. Let's check out our first video. The thing about this crash, y'all, and there are a few things we could probably say about it, but not to get too deep in the weeds of conspiracies and everything. Shout out to Adam Beamer. He knows what I'm thinking about, what I'm talking about, because we think kind of alike on some of these things. But when we deal with this helicopter issue, y'all, I don't know. We could chalk it up to the pilot being inexperienced. And when I say pilot, probably the helicopter pilot, maybe flying too high. What about the visual? We could say night vision. If he was wearing night vision goggles, did it impair his vision to where he could not see the aircraft in front of him? All sorts of things could be said. But then you have the political twist, right? People want to blame everybody. Trump side want to blame DEI, and some people said Trump signed some paperwork and cut some people before all this happened. You know what? I'm not going that far. What I'm gonna say is the workers themselves. Okay, all right. The pilot, not necessarily the airline pilot. I think they were basically hit from behind. The airline pilot, I think he, unfortunately, first of all, the loss of life, right? These people are never coming back. Not, depending on how deep you want to go, not in that form. Their families are hurt. They do not get to share in that same frequency with them again. And it's tragic. It was sudden. They expected to arrive at their destination, and now that doesn't happen anymore, right? And at a time when everybody is hurting, it's a national thing, because of where it happened and what the circumstances, and everything's so charged up right now in the political arena that it's a huge story. It's huge. It's a huge story. And sadly, I think all of y'all probably know by now, I did not vote on the Democratic ticket. I rarely vote. Like I wasn't really big into the voting scene, but I did vote this past one. You know, you can crucify me if you want to, but I didn't vote for her. No, I voted for Trump. Why did I do that? I did that because out of my choices and the fact that I really do feel like he will be able to secure those things, the security of the country, okay, bringing more revenue into the country. Thus, by default, a lot of us are going to benefit from that. And people say, "Oh, it's for the richest." Yeah, maybe they will see theirs first and in a big way. Maybe they probably will. No doubt, no doubt. All right, I get it. But I also think this is the reason why people are fighting to get into America. I mean, think about it. Yeah, we may have known better times, but outside of these borders, y'all, it gets a lot worse than where it is. That's why these people are dying trying to get into the country by any means necessary because it was being done illegally. So by any means necessary. So there's something to be said about this country. I mean, you don't have to like the past. You don't have to like the people in the government or in charge of it. But there's something to be said that people are trying their very best, risking their lives to come into this country. Now, that being said, I know I probably got way off. I ain't played the video yet, but that's the beauty of this show, right? We lay back, really relax. Again, the link is in the chat if anybody does come in. And I would like for y'all to like, share, and subscribe. If you are aware of any, nah, that's the wrong banner. That's the one for donation. This is the channel. If anybody knows anybody that likes this type of vibe on the Saturday morning, share it with them because I want to build it up to where we are having these type of conversations on Saturday about whatever, and we can show reason. So let me go to I'm gonna try a new view, and I want to share this video, y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna talk about this helicopter crash for a moment, and I think I have to cut the background music while we do that. All right, let's see, y'all.
Let's bring in Arthur Rosenberg. He is an aviation attorney. He's a former pilot. Arthur, thank you so much for being here. One thing that listening to Secretary Duffy when he was with Secretary of Defense and the President of the United States there, he said that we want to determine what caused this as quickly as possible. Given the conditions of last night, where it was clear skies and you already have the audio coming out of air traffic control, how quickly can the National Traffic and Transportation Safety Board determine the cause of this catastrophic accident?
Yeah, so there's two ways to look at that. First, our sympathies go out to the families of the victims and the victims on both the American Airlines flight and on the military Blackhawk helicopter. So the bottom line here is the NTSB has certain timeline protocols. They have to put out an initial statement within 30 days. The final report can take 1 or 2 years. But as a practical matter, from what I've seen and available information, I don't think it would be terribly difficult to determine what the probable cause of this horrible disaster was in relative short order.
Okay. And the president said he would be transparent with us as soon as they have more information, Arthur. But there's two things happening simultaneous here. So one of them is investigating what the actual cause was of the accident. But at the second thing is really sort of reshaping the FAA. And President Trump talked about how in his first term, he reversed Obama policies, DEI policies. And then, of course, President Biden came in, reversed those again. He wanted to revert back to looser restrictions that allowed more.
All right, what she just said right there, I think that's part of the issue, right? Because you have Trump talking about DEI, and people are like, "Hey, we shouldn't be talking about that. We should be talking about, consoling the families and everything." And I agree with that. That should have been the first thing. I don't like that he did that. She's giving some more background as to what was happening with all of that. And I don't know. I'm not going to say it's because of that this happened. Again, I think we got to look also to the individuals, their jobs, the military training that was being done. And that is, again, with the mainstream narrative. Now, there are some other things that could be going on here, but it would be, purely speculation. But she is talking about the DEI stuff. She said Trump took it out when he first came in, Biden put it back in. And for some reason, Trump believes it might have something to do with that. Maybe the people were not capable or not fully capable of doing their job. Now, I get it. Some things probably did change. There's a former Green Beret called on Green Beret Chronicles channel, and he was talking about how they made it. They changed some things in the confidence course to become a Green Beret or part of becoming a Green Beret. And he was talking about how he was basically took these hard things out. And he was talking about right after they took those things out, how, things changed and they had the DEI and all that coming in. So basically making it easier to become a Green Beret. And so he talks about that. Go check him out, Green Beret Chronicles. Also, for those of you, go check him out if you're not used to seeing a melanated person that was a Green Beret. He is a copper tone person, and he's the real deal. So go check him out. Let's see. Let's get some more of this video before we go on to the
more people who might not have necessarily been qualified to hold those positions within the FAA. How long does it take for an administration that is only 10 days old to reshape, weed out what's not working, and make Americans feel safe in the air again?
Okay, so let's answer this two ways. Let's deal with the objective facts, and then there's the political determinations. It's in terms of what happened here, from my point of view, this was an air traffic control foul-up. They detoured the plane from its initial runway 1 at Reagan National to runway 33 in Northwest.
Let's add this. So, and I agree with him. You got an air traffic control issue. The helicopter might have been too high, but he could have been redirected. Air traffic control should have communicated with him on, lowering his altitude or something like that. So I agree that it's definitely that's what I was saying. You got to look at the people that are actually doing the job, air traffic control. I did see a chart though. What I thought was interesting when you look at this DEI, when you look at this aviation and air traffic controllers, I did see a chart. I don't have it for y'all, but if you care about this sort of thing, and you think about DEI, most of the time people are thinking about, people that look like me or some other some other group that people might consider a minority. But in aviation, it's mostly white males in that field, mostly, and then second to that, that's probably black males or just blacks in general. Those that would be considered blacks or whatever. So just want to bring that out when you start to talk about the DEI factor.
Northwest, it brought us closer to the helicopter. There must have been a breakdown in communication between the airplane and the controller and the military Blackhawk helicopter and the controller. By the way, the military pilot is also talking to a military controller. So somehow in that litany of people involved in the sequence of events, there was a breakdown in communication. Now, assuming that this was an air traffic control foul-up, which I do believe it was, if you have a systemic problem within the air traffic control, within the FAA, from a policy determination, DEI or otherwise, we're going to let the politicians ferret that out. I'm not going to pass judgment on that. Here we have a controller who was speaking to the American Airlines flight. Apparently there was some communication to the Blackhawk pilot. Do you see the other airplane? In that moment, in my view, that was a mistake. The two planes were very close. The controller should have told the helicopter pilot, hold your position, turn left, turn right, climb, descend, basically get the hell out of the way of an American airline plane on final approach. Whether that's DEI, whether it's an overworked controller, whether something missed, something to be determined.
So I want to follow up on some of the funding that we've been talking about with the FAA. I think if anyone has been on an airplane in the last 5 years after COVID, a plane has been delayed because of staffing shortages at the FAA. I don't think anyone wants to be spending more money, right? We all love DOGE because we're focused on exactly where money needs to be going and how to use it efficiently. But is this a question about staffing shortages and funding of FAA?
Yeah, so over the last decade, the number of operations of aircraft moving every single day has absolutely skyrocketed. In my view, the number of controllers, ground and air, has not kept pace with the increased boom in traffic. We need more controllers. We need better trained controllers. The system is growing. You can't have constraints on the people who are issuing commands and controls to aircraft and at the same time have the number of operations skyrocketing. That is a formula for disaster, and unfortunately last night we got the first inkling of what that could be. That being said, I want the flying public to know you have about a 1 in 18 million chance of, God forbid, something like this happening. Flying is safe.
You know, that the corridor that we're talking about here into DCA is one of the most congested in America, and it got busier actually because of the FAA reauthorization bill.
So while that's the thing, I want you to keep this accident in mind. Okay, this happened, right? All right, this happened. There is something else tragic accident that I want to bring up now. Y'all, let's stop sharing this one. And yeah, this one has to do with the crash in PA. Unfortunately, let's cue this video for y'all. Share. Let's see. All right, check this out. It's crazy. Yeah. These are people's like ringing doorbells and stuff. That's horrible. It shook the whole town. You hear the dogs, right? Look at this, like a meteor almost. Wow. Now, okay, let's get this. Whoa. probably quite a but yeah, so think of it with everything that's going on, right? Imagine being that, like, you see the woman that got out of her car, they were at a stoplight or at an intersection, and then boom, you see something like that. Now, if you've been keeping track of of things that's going at the first thing going through your mind is what? It's happening, you know, it's happening. Maybe somebody's attacking. What was that? You know, was that a what? If you're not, you know. But anyway, we know what it is, and we send the condolences out to the family, because families involved in that, because not just those that were in the plane and probably perceived what was about to happen, as far as we may know now, there were people on the ground that were no doubt either injured or killed by this, just suddenly, again, the loss of life. But I'm just saying, this is another aviation accident. Another, okay. Now I'm hoping that will be all. Hopefully we don't see any more. I mean, I don't know. Have y'all heard about any? Has anything happened today that I don't know about, since I woke up? Anything happened last night? But I'm sorry, y'all. If something else happens in the air in that area, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I think we're gonna need to go a little deeper here, or we may need to press on what's going on. We may need to press the government on what would be going on right now. Okay, we just had some accidents. Okay, we've had some accidents, horrible loss of life, but PA is still the northeast of our country. DC, you know, it's definitely that area. Maybe a little south, but still that area. And y'all, the New Jersey drones thing is something that I think is very interesting, because remember what Trump said. Trump said he was going to let us know what that was, right? I think I might have a clip. I have to go back to a previous episode, probably. Is it on? Remember that the drones are still up there. Now, the thing about these drones is, stop sharing this. All right. The thing about these drones, y'all, is that now they're saying that the FAA allowed for this. This was okay. It was authorized, but this just wasn't the tune before the election. That wasn't the tune. And honestly, I don't think our President Trump knew exactly what it was. He probably had a strong influence. He probably knew, well, if you're president, whatever, you would know what's going on with that. But I don't think he directly, maybe at that moment, knew. Now that he's in, I think he's been briefed on what they are. So I think I have a clip of. Let's see if I have a clip of the White House briefing, because that's what started with. I don't want to keep seeing the plane crashing right now, you know. Let's see, where is that? Yeah, let's check this out. Drones. This is Jeremy Corbell talking about the drones and what was said. And also, I think there were drones in other places, y'all. But now the one video that I did find, these drones were around military bases, U.S. military bases that were in, I believe, England. But there was still U.S. military, but it was other places. But it was happening at the same time that the New Jersey thing was happening. So I find that a bit strange. All right. And let's watch this clip here with Jeremy Corbell and see what they are saying. Okay.
Jeremy, we want your reaction here to the White House coming out with a statement on the New Jersey drone phenomenon. Let's take a listen and we're going to get your reaction.
And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office from President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy.
A lot going on there, Jeremy. So in your expert opinion, what do you make of this?
Yeah, I mean, the explanation is fundamentally nonsensical. I think we all had high hopes for a new era of transparency. Look, for me, on the UAP topic, but also just on a bunch of topics, we're not seeing it in that statement. Let me just give you a little breakdown here. The FAA would not approve research flights without communication with facility heads and same with military bases. You know, did the FAA author?
All right, y'all. Just in case, you know, it's like all they had to do was call it. Like, yo, all they had to do was say the FAA doing some tests. You know, it's you know, we gonna be up. You're gonna see some things in the sky, but just know it's us. It's safe. You know, these are operations we must run. Whatever. You know, and then if you say, but yes, this is sensitive. We don't want to talk about what actually is going on here. It's a matter of national security. If we do that. Okay, but at least the American people would know, okay, it's us, it's ours. They're doing this for our safety. You can accept. I think most people could accept that. That's what we could have been told some time ago. Now, maybe, I don't know, maybe the last administration wanted it to be dramatic and just didn't want to say anything and wanted to keep the speculation going. That could have been a thing. Why would you do that? That's a bit off, I would think, to do. But it could be that. It could be nothing more than that. In addition to that, let's say that wasn't. Let's say it was always an easy explanation like that. And then now he comes in and says just that. Okay, we found out what it was. And after investigation and study, it was the FAA, and this is what it was. Various other reasons could be a lot of stuff, y'all. It could be, that could be anything, right? Various other reasons. And this is what frustrates the public when it comes to sensitive information and material, that our government has to keep some secrets, y'all. I mean, you want them to keep some secrets, y'all. Now, I mean, especially about what we are capable of doing. You want them to keep a secret what weapons, what capabilities you have at your disposal. And you cannot keep it a secret if you're going to talk about it on the news. You can't. That's not a secret, right? You can't do it that way. So we have to it's frustrating. You want to know, but you have to give a little bit of grace in there for at least that, to know that there may be something involved in that is a matter of national security, and for them to say too much about it would give clues and hints to the enemy as to what they can and can't do. We don't want that. Sometimes you want a deterrence. You want them to think, okay, if they do this, this is what's going to happen. But other times You just don't want them to know what you might be able to detect. Maybe that allows them to slip up. You get to catch them, and they may be none the wiser as to how you caught them. And you want that, right? You understand this. If you think far and long and hard enough about your own home security, you get it. So that's one thought on one hand. On the other hand, I don't think it could have been an enemy. I don't think that I really put that out there. I don't think it's Iran or China or anything like that. Like Trump said, I think that if that were the case, they would have dealt with it a different type of way. I believe our government would have dealt with that a whole different type of way if it were in fact of another country. And would we know that? Yes, I think the capabilities are there to know whether or not the thing is friend or foe when such a thing is of the governments around the world that we know. Okay, the governments around the world. I say that way for this reason, because if it's not another country, then what's the next obvious? Okay, it's something that our government has, and therefore it's friendly, so to speak, right? Okay, but if that's the case, again, why not just say the FAA are going to be running some tests, and we have authorized some drones, so you may see lights and things. They even said that the drones had FAA lighting regulation, were flying with the lights that the FAA requires to be on the craft. So they could have just said that, right? I mean, what do y'all think? Do you think people would have really been upset? I'll play some more of this before I tease out the I guess the third option, because okay, if it's not another country, then it's us. But well, there could be a fourth one. There could be a fourth. But if it's not another country, then it's us. If it's not us, then who could it be? Now that's something different. Oh, my internet. Let me see. I don't want my internet to keep us tight, y'all. So y'all bear with me on my signal, and let's play some more of the video.
Authorize the ones that buzzed Langley 17 nights in a row? Did they authorize the untrackable drones that infiltrated 3 US and UK air bases? And that was going on for weeks. Did the FAA authorize flight restrictions if they had originally authorized these drones? It's absolutely nonsensical. And I'll tell you, I get reports from people that are actually guarding these critical infrastructure sites. What they're seeing through their FLIR and through their thermal, it's not just traditional drones. And so this is an issue of transparency. We had high hopes. We're not getting it. Remember, these drones were not affected by anti-drone technology.
Yes.
So these just weren't approved tests. It's just a blatant, flat-out lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, research and various other reasons. Like, listen, I'm a skeptic personally, so I would be open to an explanation that's like research, and here's exactly what's going on, and here's why it's confusing to people, and here's why the drone detection technology didn't work, and why the flight space wasn't authorized, blah, blah, blah. But I don't.
All right, now see, exactly what she's saying that she wants is exactly what I'm saying you can't get if it's a matter of national, like if they're gonna fly these drones and they know these drones have the capability, the ability to mitigate any attack against them that is currently readily available, or anti-drone technology that is readily available. Okay, maybe that's part of the test. Maybe that's part of the test. We want law enforcement to to deploy these things, not to know what's going on, so we get a real response, and we see how effective our gear is. Now, I don't know if there's any laws or anything, something like that against that, or some say they could have done it. Now, here's a good point. They could have taken the currently available drone tech, and that could be part of their test. They could have flown it out in the desert somewhere and used all the weapons that are available, and that would be your test. You know that, okay, we got a good product here. We can still fly our drones, and they are able to withstand whatever the public's going to throw at them, or whatever, certain bodies of protection may throw at them. And you would want that label of capability, but when you could argue it that way, why do it over New Jersey? Why do it over such a highly populated area? Okay, because we had the story out there. I'm not sure if y'all know, but y'all know we had the story out there that it came. I think it came through the Sean Ryan show. We had the story out there that there was a rogue weapon of mass destruction out there, and that the drones could possibly be being used to locate this material. Okay. Now, when I said that, I thought about this guy was Behoove or whatever. He was in the army. He's probably into Macbeth, and he gave this example talking about when you're close to radiation, when you're far away from it, and I get it, and yes, the effects of radiation, that's true. It's less and less when you're far away from it, but I still don't discount that couldn't be what they're doing, because maybe Macbeth is not aware of these drones. He doesn't know everything. He doesn't know what kind of capabilities these drones have. Neither do I. Neither does anybody except those who made them, or the people that are flying them. They know, but he doesn't know how the sensitive device may work, and that they may have some type of math that they worked out depending on how far that drone is, and whatever device that is on the drone looking for the signatures of the radioactive material, it may be able to do just that. I mean, while he's sitting there saying one thing, you have a CEO of a drone company that knows that the drones have the capability of doing that. So I would take that video for those of you who see nothing against Mr. Macbeth. He's a army brother or whatever. I used to work in intel also too, Macbeth, and that's something I think you got to consider before you put a video out like that. That being said, let's see. I'm gonna try to get some more of this video, but exactly what she is asking for or say would be okay, you can't get that. I can't tell you how it was able to withstand anti-drone weapons, if that's exactly, that would reveal my capability. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want that out there on the news.
I don't think anyone, skeptic, not skeptic, whatever your thoughts are about the situation, is going to be satisfied with research and various other reasons.
Yeah, and look, this is not necessarily something that we have to be, skeptical about where they come from. This is just a matter of fact that we have unidentified craft that are loitering over sensitive military and nuclear installations and also power stations. So this is something that we should address, face on, and we should be honest about it. It's just that the answer they came up with is absolutely nonsensical, and that's the problem.
Right. Especially when you consider all of the authorities involved, the military bases. And that's what I want to talk to you about here, Jeremy. Can you put this answer in the context of all of these other UAP incidents that we have seen over military bases, and then the subsequent explanation somewhat month and a half later that vague, oh, it was research, it was authorized. Does this fit with the pattern from the US government?
Yeah, it does. And this is something back in 2019 when we had 10 Navy warships over 100-mile radius swarmed by over 100 unidentifieds. And that's where George Knapp and I provided so many different types of footage showing that this is an issue.
Again, our community ain't even thinking about this kind of stuff. But this is what's going on, y'all. I'm just trying to bring it to you that while we still shooting the breeze in the hood or whatever, they are up here having congressional meetings on non-human intelligence, the possibility, and that was the other choice, right? Let me go ahead and say it now. Okay, if it's not another country, then it's us, right? Okay, if it's not us in the traditional sense of the US doing this, what would be a third option? Okay, let's put a few things together. When you start to talk about who this could be. What's up, D? It's all good. You handling your biz, sis. Do what you got to do. But the link is there for yourself and anybody else that I guess y'all just now waking up. What's up, Deshaun? Y'all in here. So, all right, going back to what I said, and because, I've been getting a little happy over here, y'all. So let me, what I said was, okay, if the drones aren't another country, right? Okay, then it's the U.S. government, right? Okay, if it's not the U.S. government, and watch what I'm saying here, in the traditional sense, what is it? Now, if you've been paying attention to some of the UAP hearings, like with especially just that of, if you just watch the one with David Grush, Commander Fervor, and what's the other pilot's name? I always forget the young man's name. He's the younger looking one. Graves. I think it's Graves. Last name Graves. If you watch that hearing, what is alluded to, at least by Grush, is that there are rogue elements. It's like it's not the official government, but there's you have companies like Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, and Raytheon, these defense type thing. The companies like Lockheed, they build these advanced aircraft and things of that nature. They're saying that they are somehow taking control, y'all. They are above the government in that sense, right? Which means that that's a problem. That's illegal. That's why all the disclosure is said to be happening. But they kept it in the shadows for a long time. But it could be that exists. It could be that those organizations are operating this way. Now, let's say it's not another country. Let's say it's us. Okay, it's not us. It's a kind of a rogue element of us. So there's a couple people here that have some advanced technology, and they're flying them, and they're trying to keep us on the wraps. But there might be a fourth. There might be a fourth. And the fourth is that whoever is doing it ain't human, or not human in the traditional sense. They haven't had their DNA altered to be something other than human, or it could be, it could literally be a off-world presence. And who's to say they haven't always been here? Because I think what Jeremy is getting ready to talk about is an incident where you're dealing with a submarine or marine encounter with what would probably be a USO. I know they used to call them USOs, or unidentified submerged object. But he's going to allude to that because, again, maybe they've always been here, and now something's going on where they're being a little bit more overt about their operations.
Everybody on the ships we've spoken with, that we've brought forward, this is something where you have these incursions, and this has been going on for a long time. You know your history, you guys. You know, the shutdown of nuclear base, shutdowns of airports. We're not getting truthful answers, and that's what we were all hoping for. Again, this answer is just so nonsensical. It's almost comical if it wasn't a serious issue, you know?
Right.
What are some of the ongoing transparency issues that you're hoping are going to be resolved ultimately under this administration, Jeremy?
Well, you know that I'm obsessed with the UFO and UAP issue, so I'd like that to be resolved. You know, we tried to do that in Congress a number of times. You know, I think the American public deserves, or not even deserves, it is our right to have transparency within government. And we're just seeing, I hope we're not, but it appears we're just seeing the kind of same status quo. As things unfold, a lot of promises are made. Remember back in the day, the Clintons.
Again, well, I'm going to let him finish it because he's going to go into it and then it'll make my point even stronger. But again, transparency don't mean that the government needs to tell us every single detail, y'all. That would be not good.
Tried to get this information out. John Podesta tried to get this information out. Ground truth on what UAP, UFOs are, what they represent to humanity. And it's just, we're not seeing that right now. That's a fact.
Jeremy, could you also give us your reaction? There's been some more whistleblowers and others that have come out, you know, government psionics and others. I'm just curious for your take on the matter and how that fits in the broader scheme of whistleblowers coming forward, trying to give information to Congress and to the government. And then at the very same time, we have the White House here.
If y'all don't know what psionics are, real quick, they're saying that you can go like out in a quiet space. You can basically summon the UAP or the UFOs, or you'll go out on clear night, have the right intentions, you know, peace, joy, love in your heart type of thing. Nothing, not trying to be malevolent, and they will show up. I mean, I'm not saying it's that easy, but that's what psionics has to do with. They're using their psychic abilities that apparently we all have, or just need to practice before they atrophy completely or just don't work. But this is what psionics is. They're able to tune in, get into a frequency, and these things eventually, and you're watching the skies, they'll show up. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all want to try that. Maybe.
Here with the traditional, obviously BS explanation about the New Jersey drones.
Right. And so that's what we're seeing. What we're seeing is we're not going to get the answers through the traditional means we were hoping. Unfortunately, you know, through Senate, through the House, just through the White House in general, we're not going to get those answers. So how are we? It's going to be on journalism, and that's okay. That's what we're all doing, is trying to get to the bottom and core truth on all of this. So I'm very hopeful for journalism right now. A lot of people are throwing down, or a lot of people are getting involved with this issue. So we have to do good journalism no matter what the White House does.
Absolutely. So we'll end it there, Jeremy. Thank you so much. And listen, Jeremy, me, us, we tried to warn you. We could do it the easy way, but catastrophic is the way that you guys want to go. So be it. Right? I mean,
we're going to see that.
Yeah, we've tried to give them the option of coming forward, of disclosure. They are leaving it to the whistleblowers and the eyewitnesses and others to have to come forward and to force their hand. If that's the way they want to play it, fine. We can continue to fight if we need to. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it.
All right. So again, with this transparency, y'all, you kind of have, that's why it's hard, right? Because you want to know, but you kind of can't know. If it's us and we need this protection, that's what's frustrating about it, because you just can't. You can't say it publicly, or you kind of reveal your hand. I mean, it's like, you know, you playing spades and showing the other team what you got in your hand. You ain't trying to do that, right? They need to be thinking about, what do you have in your hand. And that's why we have so many frustrations with this transparency stuff. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's with the New Jersey drones? Maybe is that us, or are they telling us enough? What do y'all think? Y'all think they're looking for the weapon of mass destruction? Maybe it's not us at all. Maybe it's something else monitoring what the humans got going on, because it's getting kind of strange over here. So there were drones popping up in other places. I do have a clip here, about a 2-minute clip, and let me see what this was from a while ago. All of that. Back that up. How long ago was this video? I don't know, but it was okay. It was a while ago. Let's share that. All right, I should be able to see that.
The U.S. Air Force says unidentified drones have been spotted over 4 joint U.S. and U.K. military bases in England. The mysterious drones have repeatedly appeared for over a week now. Stephanie Bennett is live in London. So, Stephanie, this is pretty disturbing. What do we know about these drones?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Julie. I mean, the details are still very limited at this time. We do know that the sighting started last week on November 20th, and they have really ranged in size, in style, and
This was happening back in November, and that's right around the time. If you check back, that's right around the time they were seeing them in New Jersey. Also, that's when they seem to have shown up. From what I remember.
and also the amount that we've been seeing over that last week or so. Now, a senior British official confirmed to Fox that the UK has deployed about 60 troops, including counter-drone specialists, to help determine who is behind this and to help defend the air bases amid fears it's a potential coordinated operation. They're describing the incidents as unusual and say this is a serious...
Y'all, for perspective, like, I'm sorry, I love some of the tech, y'all. Like, look, do y'all see those planes there? Do y'all realize what you're freaking looking at? The technology, okay, that are in those planes, right? First of all, there was a time where if you wanted to be, carry a nice payload and all that, you might not be stealthy, or you could be fast and stealthy, or you could be stealthy and slow. Anyway, these things, they are stealthy and they are supersonic, and they have their payload internally, lowering their radar signature. Now, after you go and look up all that crap about these F-22s and how state of the art they are, here's something I want y'all to know. And this ain't classified. This is something to freaking know and get in your head. And just go ahead and think about what this means, what I'm going to tell you. These F-22s are, to the company that built them, at least 30 years obsolete. This is what we see as a cutting. I mean, look at it. They look amazing. They can do amazing things. If you watch these things fly, it's supersonic. They're like slow down. Some crazy maneuvers I've seen in these F-22s, especially living here in Jacksonville. You can sometimes they have the air shows. Listen, y'all, this is obsolete. Okay, that don't mean I may not know what the aircraft is that makes it okay, but I'm telling you, because we looked at this. When you look at the F-117, okay, the stealth fighter, it was real popular. Remember when we were a class of 2,000 people Remember when we were in school and all that, and you heard about the stealth fighter and all that when Desert Storm was going on? When they released that plane, y'all, it was obsolete. That was old to them. The people that built it, it was old to them. So y'all, you gotta know, these people know something. These people know something. Hey, they might know who, how, and how the pyramids were built. I don't know. But I know they know something. And why am I saying that? Because it could be them. And when you get that powerful, maybe you got the capability to keep the government under your thumb like that. I don't know. Maybe that's what that is. Or maybe it's more righteous than we think. And there is a threat from outside of the earth. And we would want them to be developing this type of tech because maybe they've gotten the message that something is headed our way and we just don't know what it is. Maybe for them to tell us that would send us into, I don't, you know what the reality is, y'all? None of us know.
Set of circumstances. Take a look at this map. The bases are spread across England and are all used by U.S. Air Force. Now, the drones have been seen over RAF Fairford, Lakenheath, Mildenhall, and Feltwell. For now, civilian police, supported by the UK Ministry of Defence, have launched an investigation. And so far, we're told there has been no impact to residents or infrastructure, and they have not been identified as hostile. Well, a Ministry of Defence spokesperson said we take threats seriously and maintain robust measures at defence sites. But as of right now, it has not had any significant mission.
Now, let me say for those who just don't critically think, those drones you're seeing, that's not what's flying. This is foul footage. I know it says it, but you have to tell some people that these are just regular foul footage of drones flying. Something to have playing while the reporter or the anchor there is talking. So people always remember that when you're watching the news. Pay attention as to whether or not it's foul footage or if they're trying to show you the actual thing. So this is not the actual thing, just so people know. All drones don't look like that. I'll finish this video because I'm going to go into, let's see, I know I got, look on my notes. Anyway, play the video.
Mission impact. At a Pentagon briefing, Fox's chief national security correspondent Jennifer Griffin asked whether the drones appear to be those of hobbyists or something more sinister and concerning.
Again, it would be premature to draw any conclusions. We've got to see what these are. I mean, it's entirely possible that it could be hobbyists or something else. We just got to look into it. So.
Yeah, and for now, the U.S. Air Force says the investigation, of course, is still ongoing. And right now, all eyes are on the skies. Julie.
All right. Thank you very much.
I'm Steve Doocy. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And
All
click
right.
here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube.
A video for y'all right quick. Let me stop sharing that. And you don't want to play this one? I want to play this one. No, I don't want to play that one. I haven't watched this video, but I'll tell you what. We're gonna watch All Things Theology video. We're gonna watch his video, and because I don't know what he said. I'm pretty sure he probably does not agree with what TD Jakes said either. So we're gonna watch All Things Theology. Shout out to what's your name again, man? I forgot dude's name just that quick. But I'm doing this for him. Again, he was one of the theology people I've had the pleasure of grilling on the internet. So this is a shout out to him. And yeah, bro, we got you on tape saying that saying that God create people just to send them to hell, basically. But anyway, damn, what's the boy's name? I cannot recall his name. Shout out to you, Kylie. Thanks for securing that interview that time. That's still like one of the highlights of my life, man. That shit was so funny. Oh man, I should find it so I could play it before we leave today. But yeah, anyway, shout out to my boy right here. And let's see what he's saying, because I'm pretty sure he would agree.
I cannot believe TD Jakes just said this.
Voice of the Lord walked through the cool of the garden. And God said, Adam, where art thou? He didn't ask where Eve was, because Adam was Eve's mama.
But let's talk about it here on All Things Theology. Cue my theme music.
All things theology, all things theology. We chop it up properly.
K-Dub, that's his name. That's his stage name. Yeah, K-Dub.
An apology, gotta get that theology to God. Holla, because this is how we do it at All Things Theology.
All right.
Yo, grace and peace. Welcome back to an episode of All Things Theology, where this is your host, K-Dub. Look, we got to get right into it. Not going to be a long video. Talk about TD Jakes. Somebody sent me, I think this might have been a year or so ago, sermon, Bible study, where TD Jakes is just talking about some crazy stuff, reckless. I mean, some heretical doctrines being spewed in this clip. I mean, and some strange stuff. Let's get into the first clip. Just only 2 clips today. Let's talk about it.
God can't have a birthday because he always is. He is before Mary was. You understand what I'm saying? Are you following what I'm saying? So what Paul is doing here is taking us back and showing us glimpses of Jesus in Genesis. For God, who commanded the light to shine in darkness, that's Jesus. Oh, y'all don't believe me. When God said, let there be light, that was Jesus.
No.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
No, it was not. Because that would literally mean Jesus was created. God created the light in Genesis. The Bible teaches Jesus is unchanging. He's eternal. We'll get to that in a second. That means Genesis 1 ain't about the light being created. Matter of fact, I would argue Genesis 1:1 is God, a triune creation, actually creating all things according to.
I don't think K-Dub was that. I think that's what TJ is trying to say. So sometimes K-Dub, I don't know if he really interpret things the same way as most people. I think he's weird in that way. All right.
John 1:1, John 1:1-3. Matter of fact, Jesus actually created all things. So if he didn't actually create the light, but he is the life that was actually got created, do you have contradictions with other scriptures? We're going to get to there in a second, but let's let him finish this out. We'll get to some Bible.
When God said, let there be light, that was Jesus. I can prove it to you. John chapter 1, verse 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All things were made by him, and without him.
Yes, all things. So if he's the light that got created, then that would contradict.
Y'all see what K-Dub do? Like, that is what TD Jakes is saying. Like, I didn't know he was going to say this on this video, but come on, dude. Like, you straw man in TD Jakes.
Take that verse. I mean, this is a great verse demonstrating my position. And it actually shows a distinction that he doesn't want to allow for scripture to even talk about the light. Anyways, I'll let him finish this clip.
Was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was what? The light of men. So when God said, let there be light, he's saying, let there be Jesus, because Jesus is the light of.
No, it's a difference. John 1 is speaking about his life being he's the light of the world. Speaking about his righteousness. John 1, Genesis 1 had another, I mean, it's literally talking about light. So, I mean, this is unfortunately where some people create a category area where they see the same word and they assume it's talking about the same thing. You can't do that. But let's keep going.
The world. Jesus is the light of the world. So whatever Jesus is, he was. If he's light now, he was light then.
Yeah, okay. So let's actually get into some Bible, explain some of these things, because that ain't it, bro. Notice what Hebrews 13:8 says. It says Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So if he actually had a beginning, this verse is not true, because there actually would be a change. This is actually pointing back to scriptures where it's like, I am the Lord, I do not change. Jesus is possessed. He's described to possess some of the same, or not some, the same attributes as the Father of his eternal unchangeableness. I mean, what a verse. John 8:58. You know this verse. Truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham I am. Echoing back to Exodus chapter 3, where Abraham is speaking to Yahweh, speaking from a burning bush. God reveals his name to Abraham, right? Abraham wanted to know the name of God, right? He's revealing to him, I am that I am, right? The self-sufficient one, right? That who is in need of nothing, who has no lack. That's the name that is revealed to Abraham. And that's the name Jesus bears upon himself and says, yeah, that's me. And so really in the bush, by the way, we're going to have to look at that sermon. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. I'll get there in a second. Jesus, it says, that was me. And this is why they want to pick up stones to stone him, right? It would be a blasphemous claim if a man just declares himself to be Yahweh, unless, of course, he actually Jesus is. Another verse, Colossians 1:16, verse 17, says, for by him all things were created.
Okay.
So this literally tells you Jesus ain't the light that was created, because Jesus created all things.
Let's see what this is.
Well enough just in that clip. But this next clip is, this one was heretical, but the next clip we're going to get to, hold on one second.
God can't have them.
It's going to just be downright, I don't even know what to call this. Silly, wild, strange. I'll let you guys decide.
On the seventh day, the Sabbath Savior, the one who said, I am Lord of the Sabbath Savior rested. But Adam fell while the Savior rested. And so the Sabbath Savior had to break his rest and become, number 5, the searching Savior. And the voice of the Lord walked through the cool of the garden. And God said, Adam, where art thou? He didn't ask where Eve was, because Adam was Eve's mama.
What?
That was it. Hey, you know what I want y'all to do? I was just thinking, and maybe y'all will have some. How about this? Why don't y'all send me some sermons to review? Like, send me a sermon you want me to review. And what I'll do is I'll probably do it live, like on Saturday. I'll review. That way I'm not listening to it before I show it. But I'll actually, and so you can see what will go through a former's mind while listening to the current pastor. And then maybe I can come at it from that perspective. So if y'all would like, let me see, y'all can send, I'll try to put the email address in the comments. So let me back it up a little bit, because CDJ Stone went crazy here. Hold up.
Where art thou? He didn't ask where Eve was, because Adam was Eve's mama.
What? What did he just say?
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
He said God didn't ask Adam where Eve was because Adam was Eve's mama? Sir.
How dare you?
No, God didn't ask where Eve was because Adam was the federal head. He was the head. Why would he go to the wife first? Right? So there's even a creational roles here that he's actually not understanding. But I'm gonna let him finish out before we respond to that mama nonsense. Silly.
I'm gonna make an email, y'all. I'm gonna make an email just for y'all to send. Um, um, Trying to think if I'm gonna make it a wake and bake or voice of Eli. Probably the voice of Eli. Y'all can send me some stuff there. I'm gonna make an email just for this channel so I can keep it organized. And I think that'd be something cool to do. I think that'd be something cool to do. Let's continue with the shenanigans.
Eve was born out of Adam. So when he had breathed the breath of life, he had breathed Eve into Adam. Male and female created he them and called his name Adam. And the searching saviors knew that if he found Adam.
Nah, it don't say that. You notice how slick it be with preachers, right? It don't say that in the Bible that when he breathed into him Eve. It don't say that. Like that's just not what it say. It says he breathed into him the Hebrew word ruach, and which is the breath of life. What the hell, Siri? I didn't actually look it up. But anyway, yeah, it says he breathed into him the breath of life that simply brought him alive. Then that ain't got nothing to do with Eve. TD Jakes just inserted that in there, and people gonna take it to be that, oh, that's what the Bible is, that's what it say, and it's right, true, and accurate because Jake said it. But that is not what the Bible says. Just go and read it, and it says he breathed into Adam the breath of life. It's that simple. That's all he breathed into.
Found Adam, he found Eve.
Okay, this is just silly. I mean, because he's actually arguing that Adam was the mama. He's the mama. I mean, I guess.
Right. I mean, I'm with you though, K-Dub. That's crazy though. How you gonna be the girl mama and be the girl husband? Shoot, and be the girl daddy. Because if he the mama, he got to be the daddy too. So he her mama and her father and her husband. WTF. You don't say, Mr. Jakes. Adam is her mama, her daddy, and her husband. Okay.
Was Adam pregnant? Funny enough, in Genesis 3, it actually credits Eve being the mother of all living, right? Obviously excluding Adam since he was created first. But it says the man called, notice, Adam called his wife's name Eve. But notice the reasoning, because she was the mother of all living, not Adam, but she was. I mean, there's so many problems with that it's not even.
But that also means if she is the mother of all living, that also means they married their sisters. Cain married his sister. Seth married his sister. Just reminding you of that.
Even funny. I mean, why would he think this is? I mean, yes, God used Adam's right rib to bring about Eve, but how does that mean you're a mama? I mean, this is silly. Quite silly that TD Jakes would assert that Adam is the mama of Eve. I mean, there was no pregnancy going on. There was nothing like that happening. Again, God and it said God is the person who created Eve. It's just, oh man, like, man, these false teachers, man, they'll just say the most ridiculous, absurd things and then expect people just to go along with it. I mean,
all of y'all say the most ridiculous and absurd things. I'm sitting here playing this thing. I was supposed to be looking for that damn video. All right, let me talk. Let me see if I can.
TD Jakes is a bunch of mess. I mean, he's a mess in his personal life. He's a mess doctrinally in his teachings. You got to avoid him like the plague. Till the next time, grace and peace. Oh, grace and peace. Thank you for watching another episode of All Things Theology. If you enjoyed what you heard today,
that's just
go on again.
I need to find that video, y'all, with K-Dub. Maybe not. Maybe it won't happen. this week. But unless, let me see what else I have for y'all before we get out of here today. Y'all better get y'all crypto game up, man. Shoot. Let me see real quick. What's that, brother, you have on your show? I don't know, Jarvis. You got to be more specific than that. I want to see if I can find this darn video. I would not know what it's called, though. Here, let me see if I can search YouTube. Y'all bear with me. I want to see if I can find this video and show you how these theology cats be on some crazy stuff. Okay. Yeah, that was, I see the long one. I found it, y'all, but I don't, it's the long form. I know Kylie had made a short one. I was trying to just play that one because that one is just, it brings it home. It's real short. Dang, what is that one? Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been funny. I got to get better at this, y'all. But I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? We're going to work these kinks out. We're going to find the right niche, the right sauce. And once we find it, we're going to keep it rolling. But right now, I think I'm going to get ready to release y'all. I want to say that thank y'all for joining me. And make sure y'all stay safe out there. Y'all, there's so much going on. None of us really know what the heck is going on out there. So, that being said, we're going to go out to Copper Tone Strong. To all my peeps, keep it strong. To all my people who had an issue with the DIE stuff and wanted to stay, just know that over time, I think that it's going to make us strong. You're going to see. We got to get back to you and me. Peace.
Dirty South, Southeast, Midwest, my piece, up top, down deep, East Coast, Northeast, copper skin, gold teeth, good green, good eats, cornrows, roll neat, big mama, big chief, still here, ain't gone, told lies, lied on, done dirty, done wrong, Jim Crow shit, niggas ain't fold, our land, our home, leave where, ain't going, big bricks, up north, down south, red soil, real tears, real fears, cards stacked, cards hid, games played, snakes near, Coattail Pro, leaders got killed, shotguns, big house, red clay, big mounds, cornbread, being fed, red bones, dark brown. This is for the tribes I know, Copper Tone Strong, all my folks, prisoners of war, identity, change name, gone, land stole. This is for the home of the brave, this is for the land of the free, this is for them real Indians, past to the present, looking like me. This is for the tribes I know, Copper Tone Strong, all my folks, prisoners of war, identity, change name, gone, land stole. This is for the home of the brave, this is for the land of the free, this is for them real landlords, past to the present, looking like me. Landlords, big and small, Seminoles, Chickasaws, Choctaws, Cherokees, all tribes in between. His story been wrong, our story getting told. No ships, no boats, been here, been home. TPs didn't own, out west didn't roam. Fried bread, hell no. Soul food, that's gold. Raw troops unfold our story, re-roll our land, our home. Leave where? Ain't going. This is for the tribes I know, Copper Tone Strong, all my folks. folks. Prisoners of war, identity change, name gone, let's go. This is for the home of the brave. This is for the land of the free. This is for them real Indians, past to the present, looking like me. This is for the tribes I know, copper tone strong, all my folks. Prisoners of war, identity change, name gone, let's go. This is for the home of the brave. This is for the land of the free. This is for them real landlords, past to the present, looking like me.